What is up, everyone? Hello, hello. Welcome to the Purpose, Passion, and Profit podcast. My name's Kelly Dawn, and today we're talking about how to become an energetic match to more money. So, if you are joining me live over on Instagram or inside the Facebook group, drop me an emoji if you are ready to become a match for more money. All right, so I'm going to dive right in as people are hopping on. Say hi in the comments. Let me know you're here. If you are listening to this over on the podcast and you want to join me live, you can find me at I am Kelly Dawn on Instagram and over inside my free Facebook community, Ignite Your Purpose. Okay, so when it comes to money, it is really an energetic game. That's really what it all boils down to. And of course, we need to be taking action. We need to be doing things in order to call the money in, whether that's for a business, for a job, whatever it is. Good morning for those who are joining me live. But at the end of the day, money is just an energetic game. It's an illusion. Money isn't even real. It's something that we made up. Unfortunately, a lot of us have a lot of baggage when it comes to money because we have this idea that it's something very heavy, it's something very difficult, it's something very complicated. And so the first thing we want to do is just come back to the truth that money is just a game, it's just an energy. And what we want to do is create like a looser, more like ease-filled feeling when it comes to money in general. So I always recommend to my clients, like, notice what you're feeling about money throughout the day. Notice when you're feeling contractive. Notice when you're feeling really heavy, when you're feeling really stressed out, and then do the work to shift into a more expansive, open vibe with it. That's the first thing you can do to really tap into more ease with it. But when we're becoming an energetic match, we want to go beyond that. We want to go beyond just feeling really, really good with money. We want to be a little more intentional with what it is we're manifesting. So the first thing we want to do is look at, what am I currently available for? So what am I currently available for when it comes to money? Because I have people coming to me and they're like, well, I want to make $1 million. I'm like, okay, great. What are you going to do with that money? Like, where's the $1 million going to go? And they actually only need about $10,000 a month in order to live the lifestyle that they want. The $1 million is just this really fun goal that they see other people going after. And so they think that's the thing that they have to go after as well. But know what you're available for. And one thing, I learned this from, oh my gosh, what's his name? He wrote The 4 Hour Work Week and his name's escaping me. Oh my gosh, it'll come back to me, I'm sure. Anyways, he talked about writing out like everything that you would desire in your dream life right now, and then adding that up. Tim Ferriss, there we go, it came to me. His name is Tim Ferriss. Write out everything that you can imagine happening in your dream life as far as like lifestyle stuff, where you want to live, all that good stuff, and then like put a price tag beside it. And the majority of people who do this realize that to live the life that they truly, truly desire, it's going to cost them way less money than what they realize. So that's something you can do to get an idea of like, how much money would I actually require to truly live my dream life? And then it's like, okay, how much money am I truly available for? And this is where we look at our energetic thermostat, because I know for myself, I come from a 9 to 5 background, and in my previous lifetime over there, anything beyond $60,000 a year was a fuck ton of money. It was a fuck ton of money. I thought anyone who made more than 60K was loaded. And I had this little thermostat, right? So when I first started making money in my business, that was always capped at that level, right? Because I couldn't go past that. That felt like the number, right? I wasn't available for anything beyond that because I couldn't imagine having more money than that. Okay, so we want to ask ourselves, what am I available for right now? And you might have a money goal. Maybe you're thinking, you know what, I would love to be making 20K months in my business. That would feel so, so fucking good. But right now you might be available for 10K. Okay, because you might be, if we're constantly going for bigger money goals that are way beyond what we feel is even doable for us, we usually end up stopping shorter than we can, or shorter than what we actually can receive. Right? So that's why I don't like to use the term realistic, but when it comes to manifesting money, it can be helpful to do like the baby step method of manifesting more money. Okay, so right now, maybe you're available for 5K a month. Right now, maybe you're available for 10K a month. Well, once you get to that level, then you're going to be available for more and more money. But it's important to know what you're available for right now in this moment. And y'all know that I love to use my little examples from other areas of life outside of business. And I know for myself, when it came to relationships, when I met my current partner, I was at a stage where I knew I was available for something serious. I had done a ton of work. I had worked with a coach who's actually a business coach, but the majority of the work that we did was all centered around relationships. And back then, when I was working with her, this is going back a few years ago, what I was available for back then was going on a date with someone. What I was available for back then was downloading Tinder, and I could not see past that. I could not see past that whatsoever. And when I met my fiance, I was in a much different space. I was in a space where I knew I was ready for something a lot more serious. I didn't really know exactly how that was going to unfold, but I knew I was at a place where I was available for more. And everything unfolded with him like magically, absolutely magically, but it was because I was available for that. Now, if I had tried to lock in a like long-term serious monogamous relationship back when I was at the stage where I could barely download Tinder, probably wouldn't have gotten very far, right? Because I was way ahead of myself. So start where you are. Notice what you are available right now for money. Step number 2, follow the fuck yeses that you get. These are the things that sometimes don't make sense. These are the things where you get the idea to do something. Maybe it's sending someone a DM because you know they'd be a perfect fit for your program, but you're like, oh, fuck, I hate DMing people. I never do this. But you're getting like this really, really strong nudge to reach out to someone. Maybe you are getting the nudge to raise your prices, offer a different program, pivot in your business and do something completely different. But when you feel into it, it's this holy fuck, yes, I know this is right for me. It might not make sense on paper. You might end up having to go through multiple different little challenges to navigate through in order to create the result that you want when you do this. But you know at your core, it's the right thing to do. And to go back to my relationship example, because we're going to go back and forth with business and relationships in this podcast episode. My fuck yes, like holy shit, this is the thing I know I need to do, was sending Craig a DM. And we had chatted back and forth. There was like an attraction there, but I had no idea exactly what was going on in his mind. It's like we had like an open discussion about it. And I remember I was doing some shopping. It was a Sunday afternoon, and I had a dream about him. And so I reached out and I'm like, hey, I had a dream about you. And we talked about that a little bit. That was kind of like the primer to the message that I really felt called to send. And I remember exactly where I was standing. I was walking through my little downtown area at a crosswalk, and I sent a rather, let's just say, a very bold message that before I hit send, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? You're sending this to a strange man on the fucking internet. What are you doing? But it felt so right. Like it felt so right. Every cell in my being was like, hit send him the message. And that message was like the thing that like opened up the floodgates for our relationship to really expand. Okay. And the same thing when it comes to your business and when it comes to money. The fuck yes thing probably will be the thing that your brain is like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? That is dangerous. That is not safe. That is not logical. What are people going to think of you if you do that thing? That is very common. That is like the common thing that will lead you to your next level with money. When you do the thing that feels like a fuck yes in your body, but your brain's like, I don't know about that. That doesn't feel safe. That doesn't feel secure. We might die if we do this. Just notice what comes up for you when you tune in and you're like, what would be like the thing that would really feel good to move in that direction? Okay. And then the third thing we want to do is have zero attachment attachment to the outcome. So when I sent Craig that message, I wasn't thinking like, I'm going to land this guy. I'm going to fucking land this guy. He's going to be mine. I'm going to reel him in with this message and we're going to live happily ever after. That was not a thought in my head. It was like, I have no idea how this is really going to be received. Like I know there's an attraction there, but the message was on the bold side. I'm like, I really don't know how this is going to go over, but I don't care. I don't care. It feels like it just needs to happen. It just needs to come out. I had zero attachment to anything happening. And we ended up getting engaged like two months later, I think, or something. So things are working out real good. Things are working out real good in that area. And the same thing with money. When we are putting out our content, when we're doing our podcasts, our live streams, when we're DMing people, when we're engaging on social media, what we want to be doing is focusing on the energy that we're in at the present moment and just noticing what that feels like. Does that feel fun? Does that feel expansive? Are you doing what you're doing because it feels like a fuck yes? It feels like it's going to like expand you, that lightness, right? That light, fun, playful vibe. That's what we want to be going for here. As opposed to, fuck, I hope I say the right thing on my live stream. I hope I put the right call to action on my Instagram post, because that's the thing that's gonna get people into my program. That's not the vibe that we want to be in, because that's an attachment. So we know what we want, we know what we're available for, we're following the fuck yeses, and then we're letting go. Like, we are letting the fuck go and allowing the universe to work out things that are for our highest good. Right? And so something that comes up with people, I have clients, they're like, I know this person, they'd be an absolute perfect fit for my program. I really want to work with them. And I'm like, let them go. Let them go. If they're meant for you, they'll say yes to your offer. But you might have people right now and you're like, I know I can help this person. I know I can help this person transform. Let them go. Let them go. Because the visual that comes to mind when I think of this is like grabbing someone and putting them in your closet and keeping them there and locking them up. Like, oh, fuck, what's that Stephen King movie? Oh, gosh. I'm not doing a good job remembering names today, guys. If you remember the movie with Kathy Bates, and she like keeps a guy tied up in a cabin. Okay, we're going to get through this. We're going to make it. We're going to figure it out together as a team. We can do this. But that's the vibe. It's like, we don't want to like snatch people and like keep them and hold them. It's like, you're going to be my perfect soulmate client. You're mine now. That is not the vibe. That's fucking creepy, right? That's super, super creepy. And so it's like, hey, I have this thing that's really fucking amazing. I think you'd be a great fit for it. Then let go. Let go. Misery. Yes. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. Thank you. The movie's called Misery. Thank you so much. Okay. So that's how we become an energetic match to money. It's the energetic match part. It's not some fluffy out there woo-woo kind of bullshit idea. And it's also not hustling your ass off, grinding and working 24/7. It's a balance of both. We become a match internally. Okay, we do the work to ask ourselves, like, okay, what's the amount of money that feels really good for me to call in? And maybe when you think of a specific number, you feel really, really contractive no matter what that number is. If that's the case, let it go. Just feel into what would make me feel super expansive today? What would make me feel really wealthy today and really abundant today? How could I live my life as my most abundant self today and go through your day like that? It's still gonna work. Like, we can't fuck this up, right? We are born to manifest 24/7. It's what we do. When we're talking about manifesting money, we're just getting a little more focused, a little more clear on the things that we want to experience using money. And those things are giving us a feeling. It's never the things themselves. It's never the material things. Those things are fantastic. I love having nice things. I love living in a beautiful luxury building. I love it all. But at the end of the day, those things don't bring happiness, right? We all know this, right? The whole money doesn't buy happiness thing. But I also know I feel a lot better when I'm not scrounging through my couch cushions looking for change like I was in my 20s. So there's a difference there. But what we want to do is notice what we're available for financially, what feels good for us, what feels expansive, and also what feels like, okay, yeah, I can see that happening. That feels like really fucking amazing, but it's not so big. It's like, well, I don't know how I'm going to buy the yacht this month, and I don't know how I'm going to buy those 4 different properties that I've looked at on Sotheby's. Like, we don't need to go that far. We can reel it in a little bit so it becomes something that we can really feel, something that we can really embody. It's like, holy fuck, I can imagine myself being in this experience financially. And then we want to ask ourselves, okay, what's the fuck yes? What is the fuck yes move? I can guarantee you guys, this is the move that your brain's going to be like, are you sure? Are you absolutely sure? Because it seems kind of fucking kooky. It seems a little bit weird. Or looking in coat pockets for random $20. Yeah, I've been at that point in my life. I have no desire to go back there whatsoever. Not going to happen. Okay. And then the third step is having zero attachment to the outcome. Just like in relationships, money, it is all the same because it's all connected. When we get really like, you're going to be mine, and if I can't have you, no one else will. Hands up if you've dated someone like that before. Not a good vibe. Not a good fucking vibe. But when we get in that zone with money, we need to be aware of it, because we do this with money all the time. And that's what I teach in my program, Zero Fucks Money Method, which is available now for $111. You can snag it. I teach how to shift your relationship with money. So instead of it feeling like money has power over you, or like when you get money, you have to hold on to it, and money's this big, stressful, heavy thing, right? We shift our relationship with it. We shift the energy with it. And part of that is letting go and detaching from any kind of outcome whatsoever. All right, guys, that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me for the podcast. If you want to jump into the Zero Flex Money Method self-study course, I'm going to put the link in the show notes of the podcast if you're listening over there, and I will pop it into the comments on Facebook if you're watching there. If you're on Instagram, links in my bio. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. I hope you have an amazing, amazing rest of your day, and I will see you next week.